So I want to encourage you to, even if you don't look super amazing, today is not your best day. We encourage you to show yourselves. Okay, good. I'm showing you Goldie. Look, if you show yourself, I'll show you the baby. The Queller baby is very cute. Okay, ready? Aparajita, right? Where are you going to school?
Stuyvesant.
Yay! We're so excited. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down the list. Okay, ready? Let's see where else. Darius, where are you going to school? Darius? Hello? I think you have to unmute. I'm literally writing down my list. Hold on. I'm saying unmute. Okay, ready? Okay, go. You know you can all apply for jobs at Queller in 5 years? 3 years? 3 years. Three. I'm unmuting you. Skylar, where are you going to school?
I'm going to Bronx Science.
Yay! Round of applause. Okay, ready? Diego, are you there? Diego? Hello? Diego? Diego?
High school.
Donna. Tom, where are you going to high school? Okay, ready? Dylan, where are you going to high school? Dylan. Ethan, where are you going to high school? Hello.
Bronx Science.
Yay. Oh, can you guys type in the chat what middle school you go to right now? This way everyone knows. Okay, so put the middle school that you go to. Cheng, where are you going to high school?
It's gonna be exactly
Cheng.
for him.
Cheng.
I wouldn't do that. I just
Jiyun. Dylan. Ethan, where are you going to high school?
Bronx Science.
Yay! Say hello. Hi, Ethan. Let's wave. Yay. Okay, it worked. Hello, Ethan. How are you? Okay. Matthew. Hello. Can we see you?
On my camera.
Matthew?
Yeah.
Hello. Hold on. Okay, Matthew, where are you going to high school?
High school for the sciences at York College.
Yay! Okay, ready? Ming is here. Noah, where are you going to high school?
I go to Bronx Science.
Yay! Everyone say yay. Let's type yay. We'll write yay in the chat. Yay! Okay. Let me keep going. Okay, ready? Rebecca, we went through. Shauna. Hello, Shauna. Hello. Come on down, Shauna.
I'm going to Bronx Science.
Yay! Okay, very good. Where'd you go to middle school? Let's add that into our questionnaire.
I went to St. Lucy's. It's like a parish school.
Oh wow. Are you one of the only ones who got in from your group, or did other kids get in?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Oh my gosh, amazing. We're so excited. Sophia, are you there? Sophia.
Me?
Hello, Sophia.
Hello. I got into Stuyvesant.
Yay! And where did you go to middle school?
Russell Sage.
Yay! I'm going. Okay, ready? This is working. This idea is actually working. Zoe.
I'm going
Zoe.
to
Stuyvesant. Yay, bravo. So everyone put what middle school they go to, right? And everyone's putting where they go to, or they're going to high school. Good. And listen, I want you guys to do something. It's totally optional. And if your parents are okay with it, you can type your email, because maybe like you'll want to meet and greet with someone. Is that okay? So this will be like a cute way to connect. Is that okay? It's totally up to you. But if you want to type your email in this way, and then put what high school you're going to, this way you have the option to connect. You don't have to. I just want you to know it's an option to be social. Okay. Or you can just say what high school you're going to. Okay. You can literally you can either, how about we do this? Type your high school or type your high school and email, because this way you'll make like a little group of friends here in this Zoom meet and greet. This is definitely the first time we're having a Zoom meet and greet. Okay. Like this. All right. I'm really, really proud of you. I wanted to ask any of you who could do this as a favor to mentor kids who are looking to explore, you know, specialized high schools and looking to pursue in that journey. So why don't you guys use this chance to just write down or copy and paste some of the emails so that you can make friends from this group. And it's really important that, you know, you want to develop some nice, long lasting relationships, which are going to come from this batch that's here. So I do want to, you know, if I could offer you some important words of wisdom, please. And then if you're able to talk, any of you who want to talk about your journey, we definitely want you to participate and to share your journey and, you know, just talk about your experience, which would be great. This is so cool. So everyone put their email in. Is this how, what do you think of this idea? This is a good idea, right? Yes, please say yes. Okay. I hope it's a yes. Good. Yes. I'm very, very happy that you're all in. So everyone put you wrote your middle school. Oh, good. Mal. Okay. Wait, so what we did was we just asked the kids what high school they go to and more of you joined in. So Malka, can we see you just for like a minute just to tell us where you are going to high school? Is that good? Malka, are you there? Hello, anybody? Hello, hi. Hello, Marco. Good. Okay, so Malka, can you tell us where are you going to high school? Malka?
Yeah, I'm going to Stuyvesant.
Okay, good. Do you, again, bear with me as I'm figuring out how this works. I'm open to ideas. Sophia, help. Okay. What I wanted to do was to ask where you're going to high school. So who else? Can you guys type in the chat box, please? If you're new, you can type your middle school, type your current middle school so that everyone knows. And then you can type what high school you're going into. Good. Okay. I'm working. I think it's a good idea. Thank you, Donna. So basically what I'm trying to do right now is I want to establish some relationships, which are really important because this is going to sound wild right now, but it's possible. You might actually have your future best friend in the Zoom right now. So there's actually a chance that your future best friend is going to be in this circle right now, and you are going to meet in person and you're going to be friends in person. So I just want you to know that that's really important. So type what middle school you go to right now and whatever high school you got into. I might just have you type it again. Just do it again. So this way we know exactly where you're going. Okay, good. Something that I would love to do, if you got into specialized high school, can you guys like put up a hand? Do you know how to put up a hand in the chat box? I think that's the most organized way to do this. Do you know, Sophia, help? Okay, good, thank you. Thank you, okay, good. Bear with me as I'm figuring this all out. So this is what I wanna do. If you could just, there's some 7th graders who are listening in and they just want like advice. Is it okay if I just like go through the group and just offer advice? And I don't want it to be rehearsed. I don't want there to be any pressure. I just want it to be like off the whim, like give me the best advice that you can give. Is that good? So Sophia, is it okay if you start? Is that okay? Sophia, can you just give us like the best advice you can think of if you had to go through your journey of studying?
I would say start studying like early on because there's really no such thing as studying too much, and the more you study, the easier the material seems. Like I would recommend, if you haven't already started, like, well, you guys are in 7th grade, but I would start in 6th grade. That's when I started. And I feel like that really helped starting early on.
So, and when did you start like studying? When did you begin that journey, do you think? Like if you told 7th graders when to, or 6th grade when to start. And guys, in the meantime, in the chat box, please just keep typing what middle school you go to, okay? Good. Admit. Okay. What I'm gonna do right now is just because I want to be super organized. So I'm just gonna hit the mute minus the speaker. Okay, this way we're super organized. Okay, so I'm just gonna unmute you one at a time. Okay.
Daddy, how are you? I'm in voice.
Okay, so now I'm going to Skylar. Okay. Skylar, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello, Skylar. Skylar, where are you going to high school?
I am going to Bronx Science.
Good. And if you had to give some advice or just a little bit about your experience, like in reflection, what advice can you give, or what like guidance can you give to us about your journey?
I think advice that I would give is that, let's say if you go to color prep and then like you don't go to all the other sessions, if you have the books, keep looking at those. Don't just stop looking at it, because then it'll just kind of slip from your head. And that way, if you just keep looking at the books and taking practice tests, like I know my sister and I, once we finished all the tests in the book, we just started printing tests out from previous years and doing those. So you really shouldn't stop studying even once your session in color prep, so decide to not go for the other ones. It really helps.
Thank you so much. Hi, Cortez. Is it okay if I unmute you?
Yeah, totally okay.
Hi, Cortez. So Cortez, can you tell us, where did you go to middle school?
No, I don't know. ESMS.
No. Wait for
I went to Eastside
you have
Middle
to go
School.
to the shower though.
You went to Eastside Middle, and then if you could just tell us, can you give some advice to any just 7th graders, if you could, who are
probably to do all of the homework and the practice tests, no matter what, is to just get them all done, because that's what helped me most, was doing as much practice as possible.
So that's your secret sauce. Was this this was your first choice for high school, right?
I think it was actually my second.
Well, I'm very, very happy. Do you mind sharing where your brother goes to school?
He also goes to Bronx Science.
Yay. So we're going to keep going through the list. Hello, Ethan. Ethan, can I take you off mute? Is that okay? And what we're doing right now, if you got into specialized high school, please raise your hand, okay? And we're just going to see if you can offer any good advice or guidance, okay? Ethan, can you tell us? Hello, Ethan.
So one thing.
You want to, take one of them and unmute.
I did was, whenever I was practicing, I would always like try to look back, and then if you forget something, it's okay to go back to your back to your notes. And when you're practicing, if you practice, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So it'll come easier to you.
So you think that, so did you repeat test questions when you were studying? Did you do that? Like, did you study the same questions or different questions?
So if you get something wrong, it would be better if you studied those types of questions, because then you'll have more practice in that area.
Thank you so much. And can you just remind us, where do you go to middle school?
JHS 157, so Halsey.
Awesome. Halsey, my mom used to work there. Okay, and what high school are you going to?
Bronx Science.
Yay. Thank you so much, Ethan. We're so proud of you. Okay, Matthew, can we unmute you? Is that okay? Hello. Matthew, can you tell us so if you got into specialized high school, please, we want you to unmute yourself, okay? I'm sorry, to raise your hand. We want you to raise your hands, okay? And everyone, if you got into a high school, any of the specialized high schools, please use this opportunity. It's important, just if your parents are okay with it, just to network. I want you to type your email into the chat. This way you can make friends. And I sincerely hope that one of your best friends is in this Zoom meeting right now. So actually, I have 3 best friends. And guess how old I was when I made those friendships? Who wants to guess? You can type it in. I'm 38. I'm 39 next week, actually. So guess how old I was when I made my best friends? Not 35, not 13, not 15, not 8, not 10. You're close. I was 12. I was 12, and I was actually, that's when I made my best friends, and we're still friends today. So remember that. So this is actually a good age because around 12, 13 is when you'll make your best friends. So please keep that in mind. Those relationships are so important. And my best friends were part of my life for a very long time. And back when I had no babies, and now I have 3. And back when I really went to high school and college and navigated my own adulthood, I made my best friends around age 12, 13. So use this opportunity right now to know that you're probably going to be making your best friends right now, which is really, really important in life. Okay. I'm so proud of you, Ethan. Stay in the group. Okay. Matthew, can I unmute you? Good.
Sure.
Matthew, do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you speak a little bit louder? I wonder if it's the headset that's not good. Try it.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but a little bit low. You might want to just unplug it. Let's see if that works. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it actually works much better now. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Matthew, can you tell us where you go to middle school?
Well, right now I'm going to Tag Scholars in East Harlem.
Oh, that's great, Matthew. That's wonderful. Matthew, can you tell us, you go to Tag, and can you tell us where you're going to go to high school? And everyone, please type where you're going to high school. You just keep typing it again so that everyone knows. Where are you going to high school?
Well, I'm going to High School for the Sciences at York College.
Oh, that's so great. You're going to be in Queens. You're going to be close to Queller Prep. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
Closer to the business. No, I'm kidding. Matthew, if you had to look back and pretend that you were in the 7th grade, what advice would you give to kids who are in the 7th grade?
Well, I guess the advice that I would give is that you should start studying early, because that's what I did. I started studying the summer before I was going to the 7th grade at Queller, and then I built on that from there. And what I probably should have studied a bit more, like right before the test, but my just general advice is to start studying early.
And Matthew, so you went to TAG, right? Young Scholars.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you going to high school again? Tell them again, so this way everyone in the group knows, okay?
High School for the Sciences at York College.
That's so great. Thank you for giving advice. If any, as we're gonna keep going, just to let all the new people know, if you got into specialized, just raise your hands. So you see the hands right here, just raise, okay? And we'll keep going. Hi, Zoe, can I unmute you? Is that okay? Thank you, Matthew. Good luck. Okay, come visit now that you're in Queens, close to Queller. Okay, Zoe, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Zoe. Zoe, congratulations. Can you tell us, where do you go to middle school?
I go to Booker T. Washington.
Awesome. And where are you going to high school?
Stuyvesant.
We love it. That's so great. So you're going to stay in the city, right? Zoe, if you had to look back and pretend you were in 7th grade there, by the way, if anyone here is in 7th grade or even 6th grade, can you type it in the chat box just so that we know who's in the group, who's here right now? Okay, good. So if you're in 7th or 6th grade, just type it. So for example, Kristen, who's in 7th grade, what advice would you give to Kristen, to Sophia? What guidance would you give to someone who is in 7th grade preparing for specialized high school?
I think the main thing that I got stuck on a lot was memorizing formulas. And I think the best way to memorize a formula is to write it down a lot over and over again. Just anything, whenever you write something down, it ingrains it more in your mind. So definitely rewriting things a lot is a great way to memorize things if you would need them on the test.
Can you give advice also just on stress management? Because how did you stay focused during this pandemic and such unprecedented times in history? If you had to give advice to a 7th grader, Jacob is in the group, he's in 6th grade, Krista's in 7th grade, Hudson's in 7th grade. There's a nice little cohort here that's just, they're looking for guidance. How would you recommend that, everyone just persevere?
Well, I know it's really, really hard, but just procrastinating is just the worst way. And it adds so much more stress. In any way possible, if you can just get work done and you just plow through a practice test and just say, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 hours to just do something, and then I'll take a break or something. Plan your time, and it'll make the stress a lot easier to handle.
We're so happy for you. Stay here so this way you can meet everyone else who's getting in, good, and who got in. So I'm going to keep going, okay? Hello, Silas. Can I take you off mute? Is that okay?
Yeah.
It worked. Okay. I just want all of you to know I've never done this before, so I'm shocked. This idea is actually coming together with 61 of you. Okay. Hello, Silas. Where did you go to middle school?
I go to Weston Secondary.
In Manhattan?
Manhattan, yeah.
And where are you going to high school?
HSMSC.
Yay! Did you have a chance to look at the school yet?
Yeah.
Was it one of your first choices?
It was my first choice, yeah.
Yay! Why was this one of the first choices? Just so that there's some 7th graders listening.
Because I like the tracks that you could take and stuff.
It is really nice. It's so beautiful. I hope you take a ton of photos.
Mhm.
So can you give some advice to 7th and 6th graders who are just listening in the group? Like, what would be your guidance?
Study hard and do all your work that they assign to you.
So I noticed in your backdrop, you had your bar mitzvah, which is usually the same time as the SHSAT. How did you study while you had a big, huge life milestone? How did you do that?
Well,
what advice would you give to people who needed to do that?
I mean, my bar mitzvah, I was lucky. It happened a couple months before the SHSAT because it got delayed with COVID. But I mean, just study both as much as you can and do it. I mean, I studied both at the same time. Just do your prayers and then do your work or whatever. Just find time for both.
I'm really impressed. You multitasked during COVID. That says a lot about you. A lot. Okay. Zachary, can I unmute you?
Yeah, okay.
Hi, Zachary. Can you tell us, where did you go to middle school?
I went to Eastside Middle School in Manhattan.
Oh, nice. That's great. Okay. And so from Eastside Middle School in Manhattan, now you're going to Specialized High School. Can you tell us which Specialized High School are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to Bronx Science.
Was it one of your first choices or was it your first choice?
It was my second choice.
So did you visit Bronx Science? Or I would assume during COVID, it must have been so hard to do that.
Nah, I actually, I gotta give credit to my mom here. Like, just huge props to my mom. I don't know. She told me she got a feeling, so we actually toured it like going into 7th grade. So I got to see the schools.
Oh, that's great. So if you had to give advice, would your advice be, try to tour everything early on? Is that?
Yeah, definitely try to look at the schools first because it gives you a way better understanding of what they do and which is the best fit for you. But also in terms of studying, I guess if you're having trouble like nailing down one particular topic, like a cool thing you can do is while you're studying for everything else, like every time, just like when you start studying, you can do like 4 or 5 problems of just like that specific type of question and just keep doing that until you feel comfortable with it. It's an easy way to just like work on your problem areas.
What do you think you want to, I'm just curious, just to switch it up a little bit, where do you see yourself? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with a specialized high school degree from Bronx Science?
I guess I was thinking about going into this kind of STEM job, like maybe a software engineer or something along the lines of that. And I would assume like a high school diploma from like a really good STEM high school would help me there.
That's awesome. There are a lot of Nobel Prize winners at Bronx Science, right?
Yeah.
That. So that's super cool. So you could be, Zachary, we could be looking at the future Nobel Prize winner.
Possibly.
So you could be very famous one day. And I'm really, really excited and honored that you are in this impromptu Zoom moment that we're having together. Okay. So Iago, I'm going to go back to you. Thank you so much, Zachary, and good luck at Bronx Science. Okay. And I just want you guys to know it's completely an option. Okay. But if you want, like, as a little bit of a social thing, you can type what high school you're going to into the chat and you can connect. If you want, you can type your email, assuming your parents are okay with it. But you don't have to. If you want, you can. Everyone, let's just do this one more time. Just type what high school you're going to, just so that everyone sees where you're going. Yeah, Maddie kind of got the point. That's what I want. I want to know, like, who are the Bronx Science kids, who are the Stike kids, who are the York kids. I kind of want to know. So Sophia, like, don't write here, write the name. Like, we want to know exactly where you're going. Okay. No, okay, so that's the idea. I want to know like where you guys are going, and I want this to be a social experience. What I was talking about earlier, I was saying how I actually made my best friends back in middle school to high school. So that transitional time was so important. And I want to be really clear. I went to high school, I went to college, I went to New York University, I went to law school. I graduated from law school. I sat for the bar exam. So I had a really long life. My education, I finished around 25 years old, but I made my best friends when I was like 12, 13 years old. And we actually speak every single day. I have this little tiny group of 3 girls, and we literally speak every day. So I want you to remember that you're probably possibly right now, it's happening in real time. You might be right now in a Zoom where you're meeting your future best friends in this group right now. So I want you to know how important it is that it's not really just networking for career, like you can genuinely make your best friends in these next few years for life. They'll be with you forever. Iago, can you tell us what middle school you go to?
Hello, I go to Anderson, and I'm going to, I got into STI.
That's so cool. Have you viewed Stuyvesant yet?
Yeah, I viewed it before the pandemic. Yeah.
And I would assume it's super nice and you love it.
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay. That is so great. If you had to give advice to anyone, please, what advice would you give? What advice would you give to 7th graders and 6th graders?
Well, for when you're touring the high schools, these are all really amazing schools. So instead of, looking at all the things you like, which is, obviously you should do that, but you should also try and, pick other things that you don't like, because, it won't be, even if a school has a lot of nice things, you may not like a lot of parts of it, and you don't want to spend the next 4 years of your life at that place. Also, when you're reading the ELA texts, every question it has, every answer is going to be backed up by the text. So if you're confused, just see which one is backed up by the text, because there will always be concrete evidence for the answer, for the right answer.
And then, yeah, oh, Sophia, thank you so much. Maddie, that's exactly what I want. I want to know, like, this is perfect. So we know exactly where you are. So my next person is Maddie. Thank you so much, Iago. Okay, Maddie, hello.
Yeah, hello.
How do you such a cool background? How did you do this?
What?
How did you make a black and white background? I need to learn skills.
It's the filter thing.
What?
Your Zoom has to be updated, and they have like a filter section.
Might be asking me for too much. Maddie, can you tell us where you go to middle school?
Yeah, I'm currently in 8th grade. The middle school I go to is in Basis Independent Brooklyn.
Oh, I think there are other basis people here. You can type it in. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different campuses. It's a very heavily STEM focused school. So when I did prep, I had to focus more on the English because I was already good with the math. So I feel like if you know you're solid at one thing, try to spread out your time so you're not, like, even though it's weighted, you don't want to fail the other one. So you maybe spend more time on the one that you're less confident in if you're pretty sure that you're going to do good on the side that you are confident in. And I got into STI.
We're so excited. Have you visited STI before?
Yeah, I actually live like 2 minutes away. Like I can just walk there right now if I wanted to.
Oh, that's really funny. Well, it's good to know you're not going to have a big commute to school. Yeah. That's good. That's really well, we all know where to get lunch. We can get home cooked food. So
yeah,
I'm sure your mom's going to love that idea. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, if there's anyone else from Basis, I guess you can connect in the chat. And in general, anyone who's going to Stuyvesant, if you can just type your middle school, high school also, Maddie, this way we just keep having it in the chat box, because I'm kind of thinking of these ideas as they come. All right, so work with me. Shauna, is it okay, please, if you unmute yourself? If you're okay with going on video just for a minute, we just want to hear about you and where you're going to high school. Okay, hello, Shauna.
Hi, my middle school, I go to St. Lucy's. It's a very small school in the Bronx, and I'm going to Bronx Science.
Oh, cool. So you're staying in the Bronx.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great. So you're not going to have a huge commute, right?
Yeah, it's like it's around like 15 to 20 minutes, and it's pretty quick.
That's great. If you had to give advice coming from a small middle school. Is that correct? How many kids were in your
Right.
grade?
Like 30 in my class. It's not that
What's-
many.
Interesting. What's the name of the school again?
It's St. Lucy's. Since it's small, I didn't have like test prep or anything. So I started like very late. So I started studying in like the summer of 7th grade going on to 8th grade. So I was like very like stressed about it. But what I did, I like sort of like self-taught myself through like books, and like I use resources such as like lots of YouTube, and I sometimes emailed my teacher, but not like all the time. So I
Well,
would
what
say
would you email? Like, what would you write?
like sometimes I'll just ask like my teacher like a question or so like about math, like mainly math, because my teacher like was better at math, and she would give me some advice on the question, and then I would say to use your resources wisely and to focus on like my strong suit was math. It was a math section. But on the last week going to the test, I focused on reading because I felt like I was well prepared for the math section, so I needed to focus on like the grammar, but mainly like the reading comprehension.
So I'm really glad that you're sharing it with me. And then of course, for my personal purpose, I'm interested. I'm going to research your middle school because something very cool that I'm doing with Queller. I'm applying for Queller Day School, and I want to have a little tiny school of my own. So it's on my to-do list this year. So I'm actually going to research your school later tonight. So please, Shauna, be in touch with me because I might need your help learning about how this little tiny independent school came about. Okay. My best, well, if you had to give, let's say, one sentence of the best advice you could to a 7th grader, what would it be?
I would say to like if you get like multiple questions wrong, like, and then like I know like when I did, I felt very down. I was like very like doubtful about myself, etc. So I would say like just to keep studying it and to not worry when you're starting out at first, because I used to get so many questions wrong. And also don't try to study for the test or like to get into the school just because you won't like end up understanding the topics if you're just studying like just because like your parents are telling you to.
Thank you so much, and good luck. Good luck going from a small school to a big school, and we're really excited to hear about your journey. Okay, hopefully you're a big Nobel Prize winner also. I'm very excited to hear. Rebecca, can I unmute you? Is that okay? Rebecca, I want to unmute you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to Sty, and I came from also a small middle school in Brooklyn called All City Leadership Secondary School.
Rebecca, is it okay just for a minute? And it's okay if you like don't look good. Just to be like really honest, it's totally okay. Can you just for a minute put yourself off the video because we just want to like put a face to the person. Is that okay?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi, Rebecca. Good. As much as it just for a minute. It's just for a minute, so we know what you look like. Okay. Go ahead. So Rebecca, can you just tell us really, really fast where you went to middle school and where you're going to high school?
So I went to All City Leadership Secondary School. It's like really small. Nobody knows about it. And I studied at Queller. I did the summer program and I did the cram course and I did the fall and after, and that's all I studied. Yeah.
So
I think it's enough.
And wait, one more time. Which middle school did you go to?
All City Leadership Secondary School. We didn't there.
If you had to give advice to 7th graders or 6th graders, what would the advice be?
Well, this one's pretty obvious, but I would say go to Queller. And
Yay. I mean, I'll take a compliment. Okay, I'll take a compliment. But what was it about Queller that helped you? Just so that the 6th and 7th graders know.
Studying with people was really fun. You guys get to learn problems together and it makes it way more enjoyable and less stressful.
Did you do in person or did you do Zoom?
I did in person for the summer, and then for the other 2 I did online.
Okay, so you were saying, what were you saying in terms of advice? Go ahead.
I would like not be afraid to study what you don't know, because I spend a lot of time studying what I already do know, and then I realized that I shouldn't do that, and then it became harder to challenge myself.
Is the school you're in right now, is it private? Is it what is it?
It's just take a test to get into it.
Okay, what's it called again?
All City Leadership Secondary School.
Where is it?
Brooklyn, Bushwick.
Okay, good to know. Again, guys, I'm actually working to open my own school, so I'm doing a little bit of a forced research here. Okay, Rebecca, we're really, really glad that you told us about your school, where you're going, what you're doing. Okay, I'm going through this. I just hope that I'm doing this well. I hope. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, wait. Zoe, Cortez, Silas, Sean. Hold on, guys. I'm going through this. Rebecca. Okay, hold on. Shauna, you went, right? Yes. Anastasia? Here. Hello. Anastasia, can you take yourself off mute? Okay.
Hi.
Anastasia?
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Is it okay just for a minute, just so that we see you, and then you'll tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh,
hello.
Sure. Hello.
Okay, tell us about yourself.
Well, I go to middle school Halsey, right?
Yay, Halsey.
And I got into Brooklyn Tech.
Very cool. Okay, what made you pick Brooklyn Tech as the school? And guys, if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box. Go ahead.
Well, I heard a lot of good things about it because my friend's older brother goes there, right? So it has like a lot of really good like courses you can take, and just like a lot of opportunities. So I don't know, it really intrigued me. So I was like, oh, this is a good school, so might as well like go there.
If you had to give advice, how did you study as a 7th grader during the pandemic, during an unprecedented time in history? How did you make yourself just prepare for this exam, dealing with all the hardships of COVID 2019?
Well, yeah, COVID definitely made it difficult to like focus on one thing because like, you know, you're at home, you have like all these distractions. So what I did is I could take a little like every like 30 minutes, I would take like a small like 10-15 minute break just to kind of like, you know, like relax a bit and then like, you know, get back into the zone.
If you had to do something differently, what would you do?
Well, I found that I did slack off a bit when I was studying. So I definitely like if I got to redo it, I like push myself harder, especially with the math. Cause like I had like a lot of weak spots there.
So again, you went to, which school was it? Halsey, right? 157. Yeah. Is there anyone else from Halsey here in the group? And you are now going to
Brooklyn Tech.
Yay. Anastasia, you can type it in the chat box. This way, you know, as I said, we're going to do a little tiny bit of meet and greet while we're here. Okay, good. Let me see who's here. Aton. Did I miss anyone here? Sophia Cheng. Hello. Sophia. Hello. Good. Hi. Sophia, can you give any additional wisdom while we have a chance, please?
I'm in 7th grade.
Oh, Sophia, while we have you as a 7th grader, do you want to ask any of these 8th graders questions? While you're doing that, I'm going to get my dog to enjoy the moment. Come here, Goldie, come. Go ahead. Sophia, can you ask the 8th graders that you have, please?
Maybe like, how should I rank the schools, like based on like points and first and second and third choice?
Can you guys type in an answer? I think it's a little bit better that way. Good. We'll type like an answer. Good. Donna, do you want to give any parents advice? I'm going through my list. Hello. Donna, do you want to give any advice as a parent to guide any other parents with this experience? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here.
No,
with the
that's
dog.
fine.
Hello.
Francis.
Donna, everyone, Donna is like superhero mom. Donna has 2 children. Goodness. And guess how many out of her 2 children, she has twins. Guess what I'm about to tell you about her twins. Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess?
They're all coming over.
Are you ready? This is a big moment. Okay, ready?
So I have them both
Donna
over
has
here.
2 children, okay? Twins.
It is our time. They left their chairs and You know, we have a lot to thank for Francis and all the tutors. We started early, about 2 years before the SHSAT, and we didn't look at it just as SHSAT prep, because everything they learned at the course, you can also apply it to school. So it was a two-prong approach. We started early to better prepare, but also to ensure that they did well in their classwork. But all the kids had really good words of wisdom, and it's just to, pace yourself, start early, be positive, work on the things that.
How did you get a set of twins both into specialized high school during a pandemic? I mean, out of an apartment in Forest Hills, like, how did you do this? How did you do so much with such extraordinarily challenging circumstances? I mean, I can only imagine how rough it was to have two kids preparing for specialized high school at the same time during a pandemic. Like, can you give us some life advice, please?
Have fun. They're good girls. I mean, Sophia and Skylar are both good students, but we paced ourselves, right? You put time aside to work, and then you put some time aside to kind of relax and kind of just take the stress off, but just to kind of balance. A couple of kids talk about balancing. You have to balance it, but just focus. When you sit down to study, sit down and focus and take it one bit at a time, write down your formulas and just try to have fun. I mean, Francis, that was it, was just kind of keeping the head in your game, knowing that it was a marathon and not freaking as much as as best as we can.
I love that you called it a marathon, because it's not like a sprint. It's not like we're just going to do it in a second and walk in. It was really over time. And I'm so honored to have a public opportunity to tell you how inspirational and how much of a role model you are, and how amazing it is to hear that your twins are each going to a specialized high school in the same year. So do you mind sharing, because someone's asking, what specialized high school each of your girls are attending?
And again, thank you, Francis, and thank you for all your support in doing things like this for the kids and the parents. I mean, this is all part of the help that we got from you. So, so Sophia got into Stuyvesant and Skylar got into Bronx Science.
That's so great. And we are beyond happy and, to be part of this, including Goldie, who's nearby as well. So we're very, very beyond elated and thrilled. This is a great celebratory moment. And wow, kudos to everyone who's in the group, and especially the parents who just really took the village to raise the child and create this moment to happen. It means so much. Thank you so much. As I'm going through the group, I just want to see if any 7th graders have any questions. So I want to just see if you have a question. Let's use this opportunity. Jing, Jing, if you have any questions, or Jiyun, I just want to see, do you have any questions that you want to ask? This is a big opportunity for you to do it. Dylan, if you have any questions, please, this is your chance to ask people who got into the specialized high school system. Does anyone want to type questions in? You can answer them as well. Something that I want to do while everyone's gathering their thoughts, I really want to just use this amazing moment to reflect on what a difficult year it's been. So I'm going to spotlight while I'm waiting for, people to ask questions. Okay. So am I on Spotlight? Let me see if I'm on Spotlight. I'm going on Spotlight. Me? Hello? Me? Is that me? Hello. Hi guys. Okay, I'm gonna put Goldie here. So Goldie's here also. Hello. What I want to do is share with you, just in reflection, how extremely important your education is during the next few years. This is not rehearsed at all. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Okay. So here's what you need to know. This year has been very difficult and in a couple of ways polarizing. And what you hear is a little different from what reality is. And I want to tell you something about reality. And I want to use this opportunity, because I do have a few minutes, Your education is everything. Your education will literally change your socioeconomic status. I'm actually like almost getting emotional talking about this. Your education will change your life for the better. And I hope that you understand the power of the education that you're about to receive. Your education that you're about to receive in a specialized high school, those of you who got in, you have your hands up, and please type it into the chat box over and over again so everyone just, you know, meets and greets. Your education is so powerful and so strong, what you're about to receive, that there are some politicians who want to take it away. So you need to understand that what you're about to receive is a gift. It is an amazing thing. You will never, ever lose the knowledge that you're about to obtain. You will have opportunities to take advanced placement classes, to take accelerated college courses, believe it or not, study abroad. You will have opportunities to go into hospitals when you are 16 years old and to work alongside a physician because you have a specialized high school education as your backdrop and you have that credential. You will be able to really move mountains with your life. I cannot stress how important it is to not to be where you are right now, to really embrace the fact that you're about to receive a very powerful life tool. It's also not just about high school. 30 years after you graduate, you will be so thankful that you have a specialized high school degree, which sounds ridiculous that I'm speaking so much about high school because I have a college degree, I have a law degree. Everything you are doing right now is a stepping stone. These years in high school, you will cement your friendships, your best friends. You may meet, I mean, really, really, like your life partners are going to come from your high school years. As I said earlier, and I'm going to repeat this, I made my best friends between 8th and 9th grade. And today I speak to them every day. And they're my models, they're my role models in life. And our kids play with each other's kids. And this is how we've become adults. So your education is so important. It's not just about what you're learning in the school building. It's about the fact that you're going to be around other students who are driven, who are motivated, who are really going places. I'm really excited that we have this opportunity as a meet and greet and to speak about like where you're going to wind up down the road. Something I think would be really cute to do. I want to just know what your career goals are. I'm totally okay with you not wanting to run a tutoring center. I want you to know it's okay. You don't have to be me. But if you want to do entrepreneurship, I want to know, can you just type into the chat? I would love to know if you can type it for everyone. I just want to see what your goals are. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what are you interested in? I would love to just see a pathway. What do you want to do? And by the way, it's totally fine if you don't know what you want to do. I just want you guys to know I wanted to be a party planner. I really enjoy event planning. So that was a skill. And when I was in college, I took something called the Myers-Briggs personality test. And it told me that I would be really good at law and I would be really good at entrepreneurship. So I actually had a lot of skills, and I want you to know I'm still really, really good for my kids. I plan beautiful birthday parties. So keep that in mind, that you don't know where the world will take you. I'm just curious to see, what are your interests? What do you like to do? And maybe you'll make a friend in this group right now who also has the same interest. So we have a graphic designer. We have someone who wants to be a cardiologist, Sophia. Anyone else? Can you guys tell me what you want to do, what you're looking to do? Any veterinarians who wants to be a vet? Do we have that in the group? Anything? Do we have that? And then I'm just going to see if anyone has questions for the group. Allison, do you want to ask the group any questions, anything about their journey? Dylan, would you like to do that? You have an opportunity right now to ask any questions that you have. Maybe a criminal lawyer. If you're going to go for a law degree, you should definitely also go for a business degree. It's called a JD/MBA, so you can have that also. Okay. Tina, do you want to ask the group any questions? Lou, Arthur, I want to give you an opportunity. You can ask the group any questions you have. Okay, anyone, please? This is your chance, okay? Sophia's asking, how many hours a day should I study for the SHSAT? Anyone who wants to answer that? Marco, Marco, you got into a specialized? If you got into specialized, just use the yellow, raise your hand for me if you got into specialized. This way I'll be able to call on you, okay?
Can I answer that verbally?
Go ahead. Yeah, go
Francis?
ahead. I want to hear it.
I
Yeah,
don't
go ahead.
think it's really so much about how much you study, more so the quality of your studying. Like, I could just sit in front of my textbooks for 3 hours and be like, I'm studying a little bit, but that's not really good studying. I know some people, like, for instance, there was this girl I knew, and she really wanted to get into Hunter High School, and she studied for, years in advance, and she didn't get in. And then my other friend who went to prep right before, and she studied for a week, she got in. So really, I don't think there's a set amount of time you should spend studying. You should just study as much as you need to. I think that's the best advice I can really give.
So what do you mean by quality study, which I know is a little bit of a loaded question, but did you have your iPhone? Did you have your iPad,
No,
your
so like if
laptop?
you're studying these, you shouldn't really have them. Like, just put them aside. Like, just for instance, I would say, let's say I know algebra, whatever. I know how to do equations, and I'm studying equations, then that's not really good quality studying if it's something I already know. But let's say I really need help with geometry or memorizing formulas, then instead of just doing algebra problems over and over again, maybe, as Zoe said, that time could be better spent writing down the formulas so I memorize them. So that would be the better way to spend your study time. So I'd really just take a couple practice tests, identify what you have trouble with, and then work on those. Like, read the Queller books or read other books, and then find problems specific to those, and then take another test. And if you're finding you're getting less of those questions wrong, then you've been doing good quality studying, I would say.
Can I add on to that, Ms. Quiller?
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what I want. I want to make sure that we're doing that as well. Yes, go ahead.
So I think that, right, it's quality over quantity. And I mean, while you want to stay, keep your ground on things, like I already knew I was good in math, and I didn't need to prepare a whole lot for it, but ELA was where I struggled a lot. So mostly my prep leading up to the SHSAT was mainly just lots of ELA work over and over and over again. And, instead of just, really putting your all into it, and, just paying full attention and recognizing your weaknesses is how you will improve.
But, and if you could just one more time, just go through, how did you stay focused and focus on weaknesses and develop your test taking skills? How did you do this during the pandemic? Because if it's okay for me to share, you couldn't even stay in your own house. Like, I know, because again, I communicate with your mom quite often. Do you mind sharing more of your experience? There were times when you weren't even in your home because of the pandemic.
Right.
How did you stay
yeah,
on
we were in Georgia for most of the pandemic.
So you're out of your home, you're out of your element, you're physically away from your friends. How did you stay on task?
For the SHSAT, even before the pandemic, if you were prepping and you were serious about it, you knew that you were going to have to make some sacrifices, right? You weren't going to go out as much, or you were going to do a lot of studying. And the same is for the pandemic, really, because, maybe you clock in a little less hours on the Xbox and, do some more on your, for your prep. And yeah, it was hard, but if you just think about how great it'll be when you finally get into Bronx Science or Stuyvesant or and any of those schools. Like I think that just how great it would be to get into one of those schools kind of inspired me, and I think it inspires a lot of other kids to really put in the effort to stay on task.
Because I really admire what you're doing. I recognize that you just had an incredible journey, and I'm aware that you were out of state for part of this, the majority of this time. And it's just so inspiring because you are, am I correct? You're 13 right now. Is that right?
I turned 14 in October.
Throughout your age 13 year, you really had a lot more than truthfully many adults have gone through in a lifetime. And it's just I'm very inspired listening to all of you about your journey. And it's just incredible. It's incredible hearing how far all of you have come. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. If everyone, I do want you to use this chance. You can type your email into the chat. Do you mind, Iago, just remind us what middle school and high school you go to, just so that you can potentially connect to other people in this group?
I go to the Anderson School, the gifted and talented school on the Upper West Side, and I'm gonna go to Stuyvesant.
Thank you so much. So thank you. Thank you. So what I want to remind all of you again, if all of you could just quickly just type one last time what high schools you're going to, because I want to make sure that you make an effort and that you're all just making friends with each other while you're here. I cannot stress this enough, is that your education is something no one will take away from you. And as funny as this sounds, I'll give you extreme examples. You can like lose an arm, you can lose your house, you can lose your iPhone. No one's ever taking away your degrees. No one's ever taking away your knowledge. So it's really incredible because there's such a huge value to knowledge. And that's something no one's ever, ever, ever going to take away from you. You will always have this really incredible knowledge base. And I want to share that with you. Where you're going, you're just going to have this lifetime of knowledge. I definitely want everyone to do what Iago's doing, which is type your middle school, and then you can put your email, put what high school you're going to. Marco, if you're able to, I would love for you to go off mute. And I want to, if you could just share where you're going. Are you here? Can you do that for me? Also, can you raise your hand? Actually, I want to see if I can get you in the group also. Marco, I'm asking you to unmute. Okay, go ahead. And I also want to encourage, if you have any questions, anyone who's here. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Marco. Are you here? Good.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Marco. So we just want to know, do you have anything that you want to say for the group, please? We would love to hear it because we're winding down and I want to use this opportunity.
How you prep yourself next to Queller.
All right.
Marco, is it okay if we see you for literally 1 minute?
All right, sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Marco, can you just give some advice to the younger cohort that is here? Just some life advice, please.
Okay. So for advice for like, I guess like the SHSAT and maybe just like future test prep, don't try to overwork yourself too much. Do as much as you need and kind of like gauge how much practice is required from you.
And do you mind sharing what middle school you're attending, what high school you're attending, so that we have it in the group?
I'm currently attending JHS 194 William Carr, and I'm going to Stuyvesant.
So I want to, if you could really, really quickly, if you could give us one sentence, what's your best advice to a 7th or 6th grader?
Attend Queller Prep. That's my
That's
advice.
nice. I'll take it, guys. I'll take it. I'll take the compliment. Maximiliano, is that okay? Do you want to say anything? Jacob, Casey, any questions as we're winding down? This is your chance. Okay, please. Anyone who's here? Susanna, do you want to give any mommy advice? Anyone? I'm looking.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Let me see if I can start up my video.
Yes.
Ah.
Hello. Hi, mommy. as a parent, if as a parent, can you give some advice to anyone who's listening? You're actually extremely well educated too. So you're a book publisher, you're a professor. Am I remembering? Do I remember all this correctly? You're a
Yes,
book
yes.
publisher, you're a professor. Can you support what I'm saying about how powerful education is, please?
Hola, mamá.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Okay. That's so
Yes.
funny. You guys are not together. That's really funny.
No, no.
That's really funny.
I'm
So
home. Yes, on the
give
road.
advice as a very well, do you have a PhD also? I feel like you have a lot of degrees.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm a neuroscientist.
Wait, what are you? I'm learning this. What are you?
I'm a neuroscientist.
She's a neuroscientist, guys. So this is definitely the one I want to be closing the webinar. So as a neuroscientist who is a book publisher and a college professor, what I said earlier to the kids about how knowledge is power, how they're about to embark on this incredible academic journey. Do you mind kind of just supporting what I said? Because I think they spoke quite a lot about how they studied, but at this point, I think it would be so nice to close by giving them a glimpse of the future of what, how far education can take you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, with my kids and that being a neuroscientist, I tell them, it's not about a test. It's really about keeping your options open, keep strengthening your brain. These are the years of your life in which you are going to have the highest ability to learn, to acquire new knowledge. You can learn through your life, but right now your brain is most plastic. Take advantage. And if it's not at least a little hard, it means that you're not learning.
That is amazing. And if you could give advice to parents of 7th and 6th graders, how do you keep your kids on task during a pandemic, during an unprecedented time in history? How do you keep your child on task to continue this journey of preparing for this tough exam?
Well, I think I don't know that I have a very good advice for keeping kids on task, but I would say that one of the children mentioned that, don't just study for the test, because you may succeed or not in the test, but the knowledge you will always have. And don't just do test prep. I think the test prep is important, but also every time kids are reading, they're challenging themselves with reading complex advanced material, they're writing, they're acquiring vocabulary, they're participating in math competitions. All of these different ways of enrichment are going to help you. Iago, actually, I don't think that he studied that much to the test itself, but he had been in math teams, he had been participating in writing contests, and I think that all of these skills are going to serve you well, whether the test, a particular test, you get your placement or not.
That's so helpful. And it's really an honor that you supported my improv today. Thank you. And thank you so much. And it is an honor to know from one educated woman to another. It is truly an honor to have you at this Zoom meeting, and congratulations with your child's success and future success. And
of course, and thank you so much for your support of our family throughout, and that as you know, Iago is our oldest. He has 2 younger siblings, and they'll be for sure preparing with Queller as well in coming years.
Thank you. Everyone, we're just about to close down. Here's my final best advice. Fiercely go into specialized high school. And congratulations to all of you who got in, but here is the next big journey. Go in, take advantage of every class, every club, apply to be a big SIB, apply to Model UN, apply to everything, because you're going to not just learn from the class, you're going to start making friends. Your lifelong friends are going to come in the next couple of years, forever. The friends you make at 14 are going to be your friends at 40. I want you to make friends, be social, join clubs. You know what? Try out astronomy, try out Model UN. If you're afraid of any type of public speaking, try a public speaking, try a theater class. Just try everything, because you never know what a surprise you're going to have and what you're going to fall in love with once you're in high school. Use every opportunity, and please build your social network, because those people matter so much. You need, at the end of the day, you need that. You need to have a network. So really use this time to develop your friends. Another thing you can do that's so cool in high school, you can write for the school papers. You can participate in journals. You can participate in writing competitions. There's so much available for you. Use every single opportunity that you have. And just remember, these are really special years for you to make your lifelong friends, to get an education, and to study things that you've never studied before. Don't be afraid of taking an AP class. Don't be afraid of taking a college class while you're in high school. These are all opportunities you're going to remember forever, for the rest of your life. I took a cooking class and I still remember how to make cinnamon twists. Okay. So just remember that what you learn, you're going to have it for the rest of your life. Don't forget. And things are going to get better. Just remember that also. The vaccine is here. People are coming out more. And, you know, this is just a really, really tough year for everyone, but we're going to persevere and you'll get through it. So this will just be a distant memory, and it's opportunity for growth. So keep that in mind. I'm really inspired by everyone who's here. Goldie is really inspired. Hello, Goldie. Okay. And I'm really glad that everyone's here. I want you to know, even though I'm an adult technically, I want you to know that you inspire me. Okay. You guys fuel me, and you make me want to keep going, and you make me want to keep working, and you make me want to fight with the mayor and go on TV and newspapers and fight to try to keep these, you know, merit based schools in place. So just remember that you are my fuel. So I want to thank all of you, and I'm really glad that we're here and that we're having this moment. Congratulations to everyone. I really hope that from this group you make a friend. I hope that years from now you tell me that we had this Queller Prep little meet and greet Zoom and we made a friend, and this is my best friend now. I hope so. Thank you, everyone. All right, so let's say good luck to everyone in the group. Let's do an unmute for everyone. Let's say good luck. Let's do it on 3. Ready? I'm going to count to 3. We're going to say good luck. 1, 2, 3. Good luck. Everyone, good luck.
Good luck.
Here's the acceptance.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Bye. Have a good
Good luck,
night.
good luck, good luck.
Bye. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Okay, good luck, guys. Thank you, everyone. I'm so happy we got to have this moment. Okay, bye, everybody. Bye. Goldie's gonna wave to you. Bye, 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 everyone. Bye, everybody. Doesn't Goldie look so good on Zoom? Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Farewell. Bye.